Hey guys, it is SuperNamu here, and I am bringing you the next Final Fantasy VII Rebirth trailer breakdown. So, State of Play happened today. They dropped a new trailer, they dropped a whole showcase, they dropped a demo. We watched the trailer in the State of Play showcase. A lot happened though, and a lot of things I could not process because just so much was being thrown at me. I was overwhelmed by this trailer. But now we're going to do a nice breakdown of it. I'm going to talk about what I feel, what I think is happening in the scene. I'm going to point out stuff in the backgrounds and be like, oh, I think this is, probably happening where during such and such time. If you guys, this shouldn't be the first time y'all watching the breakdown because I've broken down almost all the other trailers, but this is the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth final trailer, dropped about 6 hours ago on the Final Fantasy website on the Final Fantasy YouTube.
Cloud.
Already, can we just talk about One Wing Angel playing in the background? It's just already, this is intense. You can feel the urgency already with One Wing Angel. I'm sorry. Okay.
Cloud. Bring me the black materia.
Sephiroth acting Cloud to bring him the black materia. Obviously, this already happens, at least in the original timeline. This happens after Temple of Ancients when they leave the Temple of Ancients with the black materia. Obviously, that's where it happens in the original. In this remake, who knows the events and the timeline of it, what happens here before then, yada yada. But I like to assume that happens after Temple of Ancients. So also these three, Temple of Ancients too. Interesting enough though, Rude and Reno were not in the original Temple of Ancients segment. It was actually Song and Elena doesn't stay there the entire time. It's mostly just Song. So it's interesting that Rude and Reno are here. But obviously, Temple of Ancients, why else would Song be in this type of environment? And also this. Another interesting thing. Wow, this is all blurry. Perfect. Rufus is here, and I believe Hojo is also in this helicopter. They're not here. We don't see Rufus again after the events of Shinra building, after President Shinra is killed by Sephiroth, or one of the clones, whatever. After that event happens, we fight Rufus on the rooftop. We do that in the remake as well. In the original, you don't see Rufus again until the ending of the events of Reunion, and it's very interesting that they're showing him here. He's going to the Temple of Ancients. That's where they're flying over. Yeah, Rufus and Hojo and Scarlet and the whole gang. They don't show up into the Gaia Cliffs in the Northern Crater, not the Gaia Cliffs. They show up in the Northern Crater. Reunion's happening, but we're seeing him much earlier this time.
The faithful. A watershed moment for all.
But man, oh man, Temple of Ancients looks absolutely gorgeous.
All mankind.
Hey kids, sorry we're late.
With them being here, I wonder, will we fight them in Gungaga? In the original, Gungaga is completely optional. You do not have to go there and talk to Zack's parents or go shopping or get I believe you pick up the Titan materia at the old reactor that's over there. You don't have to do any of that. But Rude and Reno are there and you do fight them as a boss. And obviously in this, you're fighting them here in the Temple of Ancients. So I'm very curious if we're going to have both of those boss fights or it's just the one here at the Temple of Ancients. If this is even a boss fight. What monster is this? I'm sorry, were they both wearing sunglasses? Air has a sunglasses on, just like Barrett. Oh my god. That is hilarious. Palmer! That Palmer scene obviously has got to be Rocket Town. You don't ever really get to know Palmer outside of the initial meeting in the Shinra headquarters, and then when he's the one who witnessed Sephiroth killing President Shinra in the original. Then you see him again in Rocket Town. That is it. And it kind of is the same. You meet him in the Shinra headquarters, but you don't actually meet him. Like, he's not there hiding during the whole Sephiroth killing President Shinra and all that stuff. That doesn't happen like it does in the original. He's not there. But we do see scenes of him seeing Sephiroth in the building and such. But I hope he gets run over. And also here, interesting enough, Don Corneo is back in the original after the events of Wall Market. We do not see Don Corneo again until Wutai. In the remake, we see Don Corneo in both sections related to Wall Market, chapter 9 and then like chapter 12 or something like that. But interesting enough, he's here in Gold Saucer, obviously.
Who wants to be the first lucky lady?
And it looks like he brought his pet here, which is, oh, I'm not looking forward to fighting Abzu again. Look how small Katesif is, though.
Hey, boss! Your guests are here!
This guy obviously is the one who runs the area in the Corel Desert Prison. You have to talk to him in order to get in contact with the higher ups in Ghost Saucer in order to get out of the prison and such.
At long last.
This can only be one person. There's only one person who has that many arms and who's in the Final Fantasy series. My boy Gilgamesh. Please. There better be a beautiful arrangement of Battle on the Big Bridge when fighting him. There's gotta be. You cannot fight Gilgamesh and him not have that song. What's the last game that Gilgamesh was in Final Fantasy? Not counting 14, because he's in 14. I don't know. Was he in 15? I never finished like any of the DLCs. I know the last time I ever fought him in the game, personally, was like Type 0? And before that was 12. Yeah.
The knave returns. I refuse to be upstaged.
This guy is back. Roche. Cloud is wearing the soldier uniform. I'm curious. At first, when I first watched this, I thought this was freaking Gold Saucer. It seems like everything's happening in Gold Saucer, but Cloud is in his infantry uniform, so I'm very curious if this happens in Junon. It's good to see Roche again, though, because we don't get much on him. We fight him twice, once on a motorbike, and the second time we actually fight him in the beginning stages of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then we see him again in Intermission, just as a side character to play the Fort Condor game against. So it's great to see Roche again, because we don't really know much about him. He's a third-class soldier. I believe he's third class or second. He's not first class, I know that for sure. He's just some random new character, and we don't get much on him. I do hope we get some more backstory on him, because he's just as unhinged as the rest of these soldiers. I don't know where this is. It's also very interesting that when he stabbed him, you hear the sounds of someone getting stabbed and you see blood splatter. I really hope that Cloud isn't confused and this isn't someone else. Like, I hope Sephiroth hasn't disguised himself as someone else and he's stabbing a fellow party member or something, you know?
With rage.
But this isn't also egging him on, probably about the Black Materia? This right here, like, oh my god, Zack and Aerith are together. So in the last trailer we see Zack and Aerith together, but it's at, I believe, Aerith's house and she's comatose, and we see in the background Cloud is in wheelchair. He's also, you know, going through his things with the whole Mako poison and stuff like that, but they're both dirtied and beat up. Like, what happened? Did he leave Cloud behind? Why is she cut up?
I'm back now, Aerith. I'm back.
What happened to him? What is happening? What is happening here? I'm so curious.
Ask that you
I don't even know who this is.
retrieve it. The Black that materia.
Ah. Who?
Key to our oblivion. Please. It alone
That's a black man right there.
can liberate us from this endless dream.
Passing through.
That's gotta be Sisane. This gotta be Sisane. We don't know what happened to Sisane after the events of Crisis Core, or any of the other Turks from before Crisis Final Fantasy VII. There's a whole bunch of them, and we just don't know what happened. We just got Rude and Reno, Elena comes out of nowhere, and Song. Sisane, an integral part of Zack's story, Zack's journey, last one to see him alive, and she goes. She runs away. She goes into hiding. Who knows? Like, what happened to her? This looks like her. It's the same hair color, same hairstyle. This looks like Sisane. I don't think Cloud knows who Sisane is, though. Like, not talking about his jumbled up memories, but like, canonically, has Sisane and Cloud like met and talked to each other? Like, I've never seen them in the same scene in Crisis Core. Like, I cannot remember.
You.
Tifa!
Johnny's back, of course. Kosa Desal, obviously.
They're getting some sun.
Y'all don't know how excited I am to see our boy Barrett in the sailor uniform. I was so afraid that they would not do this. So afraid that they would just skip that small little detail of him being in the sailor uniform, and he's here, and I'm so excited, so happy. Cloud is interesting too. His uniform. Does it look like chocobos on his outerwear? Cloud got a small waist though.
Too, huh?
Yeah.
Well, Red?
Aerith's is okay, but Tifa's is so cute. Oh my god.
How do we look?
Huh?
You should get.
Who said the huh? Was that Red or was that someone else? Because that sounded like Red 13's voice actor, Max Middleton, like his normal voice.
Huh?
You should get yourself a reading.
A what?
It's gotta be hiding some.
Yo, no, can we talk about Katesup's deadly absent stare in the Moogle's eyes? This is actually horrifying. Like, the Moogle is horrifying.
It's gotta be hiding some ginormous materia. Woohoo!
I can't say what these last two locations. I don't know. This could be around the same, like when you leave, we've seen it in the other trailers, the exploration, very grassy grasslands and stuff like that. I don't know. This could be like that first section after leaving Midgar. Not, well, I don't know, because Midgar is supposed to be super desert and dry because the Mongols sucking up the essence of the planet and there's no life left, and it's reached all the way at the calm as well, supposedly. So I don't know if this is like post-calm area and stuff like that. It's just by Nibelheim. I don't know. Gungaga, maybe? You know, speaking of Gungaga and Cosmo Canyon at that, above Cosmo Canyon and Gungaga is supposed to be the Ancient Forest, which is a optional location that you only get access to by either defeating the ultimate weapon in Disc 3, like the final fight of Ultimate Weapon, or getting a gold chocobo and going there. I'm very curious if that location is going to be brought back. Is that accessible in this game, or is it going to be accessible in the next game, if it's even brought back in general? This here underground section, reactor core, it looks like it says here. I don't know though. Nibelheim? Not Nibelheim. Gungaga? There's an old, you know, reactor there that's not being used anymore. I don't know what this section could be though. Cosmo Canyon, obviously. More Cosmo Canyon? This is Nibelheim. You can see the well. Now, there's a lot of clones, Sephiroth clones, experiments, guys walking around. But man, oh man, Nibelheim is more populated than it was in the original, obviously. But this is interesting. I'm very curious. I cannot wait to see like Tifa and Cloud's reactions and their thoughts about what's happening here and why Nibelheim is back. What? I'm sorry, what was Elena nose diving from this crash helicopter onto the buggy here.
Whoa! Hold this thing over right now!
You said that Sephiroth is your foe. I have a history with him.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited about Vincent here. Who was in the like in the front when walking in?
You said that Sephiroth is your foe.
That looked like Sid, which was interesting. What is this that they're in though?
I have a history with him.
You wouldn't believe what he can do.
I don't know her name. Priscilla from Lower Junon, obviously, with her dolphin friend. Which, speaking of, this seems really, really cool. Expanding on some of the mini games that we do in the original and turning into actual mini games. Obviously, we can play with Priscilla's dolphin, which is really cool looking. This is Queen's Blood. Is that Tifa? This is, I don't know what's happening here. The one with Tifa, that was obviously the, if that was even Tifa, it looked like her in her face. But that was the infiltration into Junon through the parade, obviously. I don't know what's happening here. We're on a train cart in this mountainous areas, though. I don't know. This looks like it's a Temple Agents. Honestly, Tifa, not Tifa, Aerith looks like she's doing ascending. Like, you know how Yuna sends people to the far plane in Final Fantasy X? That's what it looked like Aerith's doing right there.
Wait, don't misunderstand. You'll need a way home. So when you're ready, I'll be here. And
I don't know how to feel about Sid. This is the second time we've seen Sid, and the second time he said something nice, per se. And the accent's there. Like, we didn't hear, there wasn't really a country accent in the first trailer. So that was a little interesting. We can hear the country accent here, so I'm a little happy about that. But like, where's my cousin? Where's the cigarette in his mouth? Where is him, like, you know, being an asshole? Like, where is that?
Emissary from Wutai is here. Sent
Emissary from Wutai.
by Viceroy Saru.
Viceroy who?
By Viceroy Saru.
Emissary from Wutai. Now, I have no clue. This might be the guy that we saw in the other trailer. It was some hooded guy who was in the parade, or like in the crowd at the parade in the Rufus welcoming ceremony section, and he turns around and walks away with like a smirk on his face. We don't know who that was. This might be the same guy, because looking at the background behind Rufus here, this does not seem like doesn't seem like Midgard. It doesn't seem like the view from the Shinra headquarters. So this might be Junon, because there's a lot of water and such in the background. But Emissary from Wutai, there's only so many people from Wutai who could be important. Besides Yuffie's father, there's the other people who are under him that Yuffie fights in a pagoda as a little mini game in order for her to come out top and get her all creation limit break and such. I'm very curious if that is any of those characters. Is this person here, or if this is Yuffie's father? I don't know, but it's interesting. Emissary from Wutai. Who else is from Wutai? Sonon's dead, so obviously it can't be him.
with all this goddamn
Zine
blood
here,
on my
obviously.
hands, how could I ever hold my daughter again?
Those we hate, those we love, those we fear. Genova would become anyone to fool her prey.
Don't do this!
But I'm no fool.
I don't know what's happening there. That looks like the Gungaga area. I don't know. I talked about this in the last breakdown about what that section looked like, and I can only conclude Gungaga by the old reactor, but who knows? I don't know what's happening there though. Cloud, I don't think Cloud sees Tifa there. I'm not sure though, but it's interesting. You know? In the original, after the events of Temple of the Ancients, and Cloud is losing it, being he goes through it with, you know, Sephiroth whispering things in him and trying to control him and all that stuff to give to get Cloud to give him the black materia and messing with his mind and manipulating him. I wonder if that is that section. I don't know though. I don't know. It looks like Cloud is being manipulated in some way though, because he sounds really dead in the voice and he looked dead in the eyes for a second there, so who knows? Also here, this is in front of the church in Sector 5, Aerith's church, and Sephiroth is here. Last time we saw Zack in the actual game, not trailers, in the actual game, was in the post-credits and intermission, I believe, with him arriving at Aerith's church in Sector 5, and he's talking to himself, like hyping himself up and want to say to Aerith, you know, sorry for not talking to you for like the last 7 years. You know, sorry that you might have thought I was dead. So that's interesting. But Sephiroth is here.
Hey!
No, not you.
No, not you. What does that mean? Interesting that Aerith's hair is down.
Here, take it.
This looks like the church,
This
though.
isn't about me, though. It's about saving the world. And you.
The reunion. When spite and sorrow are hard.
What's interesting about this location here, obviously, what we're about to see, this is the, you know, I don't know, is that the Citadel from the Temple of the, not the Temple of the Ancients, Citadel from the Forgotten City? But it's not, but it just reminds me a little bit, and y'all know at the ending of Final Fantasy VII Original, when you are in the crater and you're about to fight Genova and Sephiroth and Bizarro Sephiroth and, you know, that whole spiel of boss fights and everything, and you're on like platforms fighting these fighting Genova and fighting these forms of Sephiroth. And this is what this area reminds me a little bit of that, but this is obviously the Forgotten City, Forgotten Capital, City of the Ancients, whatever we would like to call it.
Sorrow are
It's got many
harvested
names.
to feed the planet.
Wait, was Aerith in this scene? Hold on. Was Aerith in the background?
Harvested.
We don't see Aerith. So I'm very curious. Also, we don't see Sid and Vincent, which is interesting because it would be safe to assume that we would have Sid and Vincent in our party, or, you know, quote unquote party at this point, a party adjacent. Sid has met Aerith. We've seen this in the trailer twice. He's talked to Aerith. I don't know if Vincent and Aerith have been in the same scene in the trailers yet. I don't remember when they first originally meet Vincent, him coming out the coffin, if Aerith is in the background there. I don't remember paying attention to that, but funny enough, Aerith is not here. We're in the Forgotten City. I'm very curious. Where is she? Is she here? You know, is she here? Or is she gone?
Sorrow are harvested to feed the planet.
I wonder, is Cloud stopping Sephiroth there, or has it already happened? Ooh wee! Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VII. Alright, that is it for today. Y'all, this was a lot. I'm excited. I don't know. I don't know what is what to expect from this game. There's a lot happening, but I'm here for it. I'm here for this. I'm excited. There's still so many questions, which is good. Because even though they showed a lot in the trailer, and with this breakdown I'm trying to do and just trying to figure out what's happening, you know, I'm piecing together some things here and there, but I still have so many questions, which is good because that means it didn't spoil everything. And I'm excited. I'm here for it. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. You're gonna get the demo from me. They're gonna drop the other demo closer, I guess. I don't know when. We got like 3 weeks, right? That Junon demo, I'm gonna do that as well. I'm gonna finish up remake playthrough for you guys. I've already recorded the next couple of chapters. I promise. I've been kind of slow in other showcases and such. Has been here and there. I promise I will get out the rest of Final Fantasy VII. I've just been very, very booked in other content creating related things this month so far, but I promise it'll be here. I will finish remake before Rebirth comes out. I will try to get intermission into. I'm not going to be live streaming Rebirth, so don't go to, you know, my Twitch or on YouTube. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be uploading playthroughs. I'm not sure if it's going to be split into chapters like it was in remake, but if it is, more than likely I will do, like, you know, try to fit all of a chapter into one episode. They're going to be long forms. I've been trying to keep, you know, remake short. The last one was like 3 hours just because chapter 9 is so long and such, but I've been trying my best to keep it under like 2.5 hours, but these are going to be some long form videos, so, you know, let's get into this. But I'm so excited. And please tell me, what was your favorite moment of this trailer? Like, it's amazing. Are you excited? Because I am. Every day I'm like 1 day closer to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. But thank you so much for being here. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, your family, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.